Is it an important plus thing that's over here? I wonder. Oh, it's right here. Blacksmith's Blues. Why is this like just this building is locked off? Oh, that's locked right now. We're not doing that. Maybe I gotta do this first or something. I don't know. Hey man, how's it going? Been a little while.
Did. Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalamil's...
That's why I can't do the other quests right now. It's in there.
At this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Okay, down the rabbit hole. Let's prioritize that quest.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Yeah, right in here, right? Hi, how's it going? You want to have a little chat that definitely won't deteriorate into a brawl?
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor.
I assume we're gonna go be dealing with the bandits as the solution.
Sid and Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
I do love how that's an option in the game. Where you come from? Hey man, how you doing again?
So, you see my predicament?
Yeah.
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
We go deal with the bandits.
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly.
What's the plan? How are we using our resources? Pool it all at the bandits makes it sound like we're going with the one plan that's like, yeah, hire mercenaries and take them out.
May prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along.
What he means to say is yes.
I'm still coughing from time to time, but I'm trying to do it like during cutscenes while my microphone is muted. So that's less intrusive.
Trick, Conrad.
Hi, man! There's gonna be a whole lot of these kinds of scenes, I guess.
Here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad. May I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not.
Beardless is how they're described. Couldn't be me!
Dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Okay. She played along pretty well. Alright, and then this one over here. Also, that one quest. Nah, it's not blocked off anymore.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Sounds faintly familiar. Is it outside?
Haven't we had
I
enough?
may as well do it while I'm here, right? Hold on. Give me the stupid plus thing there. Boxes Blues 2. There, and then it'll just show me, right? While I'm in the quest destination nearby area, so maybe not necessarily. Oh, and a thing happens with this side quest while I'm here.
Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Before you do yourself a mischief.
But
I'm gonna start telling people that.
I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen? Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
So I'm gonna go deal with the bandits myself anyway as part of an unrelated side quest. Cool. I also thought that the condition was gonna be that we get to keep the sword, because I thought that that's what was going on with the side quest, is the sword was needed back, or something. I don't remember. It's been a hot second. What is this? Okay, I'm just curious. How do I get back down again? This way, it looks like. Can I jump? No, really? It's one of those games. It sucks. I hate it when games do that. Alright, what's going on over here? Hi!
Here he
Convinced
is
you that
now.
you're wrong.
Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill.
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced
Well.
our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
It appears I have no choice.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
If I had my pickaxe, I would have.
My shop.
Yeah, but people are
Good
losing it.
news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Please be at the exact same
The
place as this
bandits
side
found
quest.
my scouts. It appears they march for Dalamil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups. One
Yeah,
from
I
the
do deal
south
with them
and one
anyway.
From the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes I concede are high. But if this does not unite Dalamil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Okay, so this is the one out of the three that isn't dealing with Akashic Dudos, but rather bandits. Plus thing is all the way over there. This one's locked right now. Yeah, so they're right outside, huh? Hello? There are people here who want to fight? Yep, right there.
No women folk have come to welcome us.
Well, I mean, whoa, it's hard to switch targets while I'm also holding the full charge there. Something like that-ish. That guy's just gonna keep on guarding where I'm not even targeting him. Well, I'll get him in the back, I guess. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Whatever. Here, pew. Right to that guy's face. Here, come on. Can I not get a punish? This game is silly. Oh, okay. I didn't even order Torgal to do that time. Well, I mean, something like that. New enemies approach. Pew, deal with that guy first, I guess. Pew! Pew! Oh. I mean, the person that was casting that would be... Oh, no, that's Jill there. I don't know who the heck. I don't know. Oh, and you just don't get stunned at all if you, all that goes down. No, this is the worst timing. I'm trying to kill these dudes. Stop coughing. Jeez. Pew. Stop. Okay, well, something like this. Sure, that. Hi. Stab. That's not a stab, but I mean, whatever. The Sultan. Hey, stop. So dang mean. Can I use that in some way? I don't know. Hold on. Whoa, where'd that come from? And then, I don't know. Hold on. Just some ideas to play around with here. What, did I just use both at once? How the heck did I do that? I fat fingered the buttons? Yeah, that is not what I was trying to do, really. Poison mist. Here, let's try it. Maybe I will upgrade this thing. Here, do that. Ow. Okay. I was trying to get my charge, but alas. No, no, no. No! Just go for this anyway then. Screw it. Stop, stop, stop. Come on, get him, get him. Just stab him once there. Okay. Something like this. I don't know. I don't know what the play is here. And then some orbs. And then get lots of damage here. That actually is a lot of damage. Okay, I mean, nope. Not what I wanted there. Okay, and then this. And then immediately do that. And then say, it's over. There, kaboom. Man. Well, that worked out. A whole bunch of things that maybe I'll use at some point, maybe I won't.
Could they have held out?
I'll bet you they did.
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Why was that camera shot so long? It just kept on going on and on.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Another thing has been done. I think that's all the story side quests then. Now completed. I'll do that plus thing while I'm here. But yeah, I guess unrelated bandits to the one that took the sword.
For now, at least.
Yeah, I could go there, or... No, 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 I want the local map. No, 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 no.
The rest.
Hold on, stop! Let's not get carried away here. That's not really gonna be much closer. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other side quest things around here, but that's only +1. Oh, there's a bunch of quests to accept there. So I may as well go accept them in a hot second, and then if they're, like, conveniently on the way, I can do them as I travel. 3 and 1 I'm at right now. Here, let's go this way for now. I'll do whatever this initial objective is through this one on the way to the plus. Because I may as well, since it's on the way. I do like how you can fast travel right to a quest, like, as you complete it. It would be nice if you had that option always in the menu and it wasn't just gonna be here for so long with the bar slowly going down, and then once it's gone, it's gone.
straight home
I do
now.
wish. There are definitely things that I would change about this game.
Any luck?
Definitely
Or
be the
do you need
case.
help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but you tell him.
Ugh.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options.
Oh yeah, it's that
but
quest.
It's not that viable.
I did not remember who this guy
Items
was.
will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to Ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell. That must be it. I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
About that, maybe.
So,
If it's
do you
on my
trust
way.
me, or just-
Gather a limestone. Carving out a niche. Oh, it's right beside the town. Maybe I may as well do that. Because I can teleport to the town pretty easily and then go grab that and then report back and then it's done. So, I mean, I may as well, right? Most likely. Alright, let's go beat up some more bandits. Dang it, I can't switch. Darn you. I like to be on my Phoenix shift by default. Darn you. Yeah, lots of little things like that that I would change about this game. Personally. But that's me. Yeah, it's not gonna switch. You know, I know what Bahamut looks like now after that last battle, but the icon for Bahamut looks like some sort of weird serpent. I will say. Okay, so over here. Hi, friends.
We've got company.
Sure, let's start with Wings of Light. I forgot to upgrade this again. I tried to dodge that. Oh, it doesn't cancel it completely. It just starts taking away my charge. Interesting. So, I mean, like... Hey, stop. And then say... Stop. Yeah, now I can actually time that when I'm not using the Berserker Ring. Okay. Then I do this. The Innkeeper. And then, like that. Then you're staggered. I should have done this beforehand. Sure, and then do this, I don't know. Here's a bunch of damage. And a whole bunch of hits. Bring up that damage multiplier. And then I do big spins like that. And then a whole bunch of rapid pew pew. With my orbs. Oh, and then I can do this again. Cool. My orbs are still... never mind. Never mind to that. And then I do that. Whoops, wrong button there. I wanted to teleport over like this. And then I do say that. Cool. Lots of things happening. Okay, well. More stuff. And then I come over here and I take the luggage and the sword.
This must be Ignac's luggage.
Go back to the town.
Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamil.
Yes, let's. So I guess this quest automatically brings me back immediately. That's handy.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Been a while since he's gone by that.
Name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that.
What?
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Wow, that's nice of you. Thanks.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Are there many other collectors out there?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield, and is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
All right.
Asked Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Guess we didn't need to retrieve the sword. It's been so long since I accepted the quest, I could not remember. Yeah, so I can do that and finish that quest. This is right here, so I may as well do it. It's 1:45 in the morning, so I don't think I'm doing any more main story stuff tonight. Apart from just finishing this immediate quest right here. But the next actual main story mission that takes me somewhere else in the world, I don't think that's happening. It is getting fairly late. But I may as well wrap up this stuff around here because it's so close and easy to wrap up. So I may as well. Oh, there's some those explodey dudes over there. Can I collect this, please? Come on. Stop jumping, darn you. I know you want to jump for joy, but, like, don't, maybe. Yoink. But yeah, I really chose a bad time to arrive. I'm still gonna do a little smidge of stuff here, but mostly wrapping up a bunch of quests and stuff. How's it going, Reggie Bump?
Hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Here, then I may as well do that. Mostly just a bunch of, like, wrapping up a couple quests, going and accepting a whole bunch of quests just so that they're in my inventory.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need.
And then finishing off this main story quest. Here, Spring Lime, here you go. All that is probably still going to be quite a hefty amount of cutscenes, honestly.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Let's see.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
The side quest cutscenes definitely go on a decent while, don't they? But it does help with the world building and stuff. Do I get a level up off of that? Help to put things into context here. Level up! Bam! Level 35! I think that I got a goblin coin. I think the max level in this game is like 50 or something like that, so I'm definitely getting there. Yeah, doing swell, so you got yourself a new channel. I technically made it like, whoa, much earlier this year. I just haven't uploaded anything to it. It's for gardening related stuff. So things I'm doing with like grafting and trying to grow like unique species and stuff like that. I figure I'll only upload stuff to it if I have like something niche or unique to contribute, because I'm sure that there's probably like a bazillion things already in terms of stuff that would be a whole lot more common. So the video that I've been working on the past couple of weeks while I've been sick here is on my tomatoes this past year. I took videos of the entire process throughout the full year. And so I've been editing it into a whole video that showcases how I made and the results of my plants that were potatoes underground and tomatoes above ground. How you get both on one plant. And the uploads to that channel are probably going to be extremely far and few between, because again, I only want to do it if it's something like super niche or something completely new. Which just so happens to be what I'm trying to do when it comes to a lot of gardening stuff anyway. Just to help kind of contribute to knowledge in the field and help more people be able to do it from home.
The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, were you ever party to
Yeah, it doesn't quite fit under the umbrella of gaming content, like I can make the argument that my playthrough stuff and video essays both do. So I think it makes more sense for it to go elsewhere.
My arms are
Man, I'm still a little sick.
Then come. We must away.
I'll do it at some point if it's on the way. And I can be bothered. I just want to add these quests to my inventory, really. I don't actually want to do them.
There is not a moment to lose.
This isn't going to force me into this right now, is it?
Good luck with your
Hopefully it's just meet him somewhere, and I can go meet him somewhere. Whenever I feel like it. Here's hoping. But yeah, and there were some more grafting experiments that I took videos of, like, as I was doing them. Like, a little bit of my fruit tree grafting stuff. So, well, let's just go ahead and ban that. Twitch said potential ban of Vader monitoring. Yeah, well, it is banned now. Don't go to that kind of link unless you want malware. I shouldn't have to say that, but
perhaps you can extend me
just
the same
in case.
kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
So if it's the kind of thing that people like, then maybe I would throw
You see,
together some
I've been
videos on
having
stuff
trouble
like my
with
fruit tree
thieves,
grafting.
and despite
But
the
the only stuff that I
repairs
think
I've
I'd for sure be
taken,
doing is
I can't stop them from
super
rummaging
niche
through my
things like
packs.
tomatoes.
I was griping
Which
about
maybe
my
next
lot to
year
a
I'll
friend of
combine with
mine
some
a few
different
days back.
species like
He
eggplants
wanted
or
to track
peppers
the
and stuff
culprits
too.
down. Now Joseph's a sellsword.
So that's
and a
what's
good one
going
at
on there.
that.
And then at some point, if I can be bothered, I'll also get
And I'm
my
beginning to
channel
feel the
going
worst.
for antique truck stuff, because 1953 Fargo that I'm fixing up, that is so dang niche that you search up like a guide on how to fix a certain thing with a 53 Fargo, there's no shot you're finding that. Maybe you'll find a video of 53 Dodge, which is about as close as it gets. And that's a strong maybe. So maybe some of the lessons I've learned along the way with the Fargo could be useful to some.
Can't imagine there are too many
But that would be
graves
like
settled
even
around.
more of a niche content than like gardening stuff. But I know for people in my position that have looked up how to do X thing and not finding any answers, having an answer out there could potentially be helpful. So if I start channels on gardening content and vehicle content, it's not to try and make something of it, it's just to have like helpful resources out there for those I know that it could be really helpful for. Like I would have definitely appreciated an in-depth, here's the full grafting process with tomatoes before I did it.
Now I just need to see about getting the
But I basically just looked up guides of like fruit tree grafting and applied the same thing to tomatoes, and it worked.
Good, actually.
Mostly.
Something worth celebrating for a change.
Wasn't complete success, but it was also my first time grafting, so
Can't leave her while I go and invite those I
can't
like to
exactly be perfect.
What exactly are you
And I've learned some lessons since doing it that I'll definitely apply
I've come by a
into my
particularly
grafting
fine
stuff
loaf
next
of
year.
bread. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire, and most wouldn't pass.
So yeah,
for
I'm
66 if you
trying
were
to start
overnight.
some different channels here.
So I've
But
heard.
this will be the only one that I'm like
Oh.
consistently
So you
making
know
stuff
it.
for. And the only one that I
Really
actually see as a
sensible
business.
approach.
Oh, man.
Sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you
The other
pass
ones
the
are
news
just,
to a few
hey,
friends of
for
mine?
those that are
I'll
looking
give
for
you
help in
something
that
for your
field,
time, of course.
or just interested in learning a little bit about it, then here you go.
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it. Marvelous.
But a lot more niche
Thank you.
stuff.
You won't need to go far.
that doesn't quite fit under the umbrella of this channel. So you could say that I'm like a super crazy going hard content creator when I'm like making stuff for multiple channels and stuff. Like, whoa.
Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little.
Though the reality is like not really.
Right back.
Other places will just be the kind of places where stuff goes up from time to time when I feel like I have something meaningful to contribute. Whoops, I want to see the local map first. Oh my god, there's a lot of quest things around here. But I accepted all the ones I needed to accept. Well, I didn't need to accept them, but you know. World map, please. And that's a green one I can accept, or is that yellow? Okay, accepted is like the diamond, and that's not accepted as that symbol. They're, oh my god, their shade is like super close. It's kind of hard to tell. So I can accept that, but it's not a plus, so I don't care.